I just want to share my voice, like share my words, but sometimes I just can't look in the computer, in the camera, and you know, I'm gonna be okay with that. I'm pretty sure you're okay with that. Just like watch this video, like just use this as a listening tool. Like just create something while you're listening to this video. Don't even stress about having to look at my beautiful face, even though you might want to, you know. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm Deja, where I like to talk about a numerous amount of things that go on with the world, personally, creatively, honestly, anything that, you know, floats my boat. So if anything that I talk about today in this video also rocks your boat, consider subscribing, liking this video, and watching my other videos that I have on my channel. Thank you so much. Let's get into this video. So the question I want to propose to you, and the question I want rattling in your mind as you watch this video is, will I ever be safe? I want you to think about this question. I want you to answer this question, like pause the video and answer this question. Go deep within your psyche. Will I ever be safe? Propaganda. Propaganda and the media against the black body. Against any non-white, non-right body. Propaganda isn't necessarily a good or a bad thing. It's a way of using language to associate one thing with another. Sometimes it's an adjective that is used. We see this a lot in media, such as BLM equals rioters and looters, MAGA equals fascists or stupids, liberals equal communists. No matter what the association is, it typically is surface level or just a part of a thing, or just something that does not completely define what it is at all. Example, Black Lives Matter movement does not equal rioter or looters. That is something that random people took advantage of because of the protests, so they just decided to, you know, steal stuff because that's what some people do. But they didn't do that because of the Black Lives Matter protests. Propaganda has been used for a long time. And when I was researching this, I was actually surprised. Like, both the right and the left have used propaganda. I mean, hell, even social movements use propaganda. Like, all social movements use propaganda. And I was like, really? But then as I was watching the video that will be linked below, the guy was basically saying, because in order to appeal to people's emotions and get them to undermine their biases, propaganda is used to switch how they engage or how they view things. They created and they utilize propaganda by creating advertisements and minstrel shows, which was at one point the epicenter of American media. Like, they were eating minstrel shows up. They love that shit because they're fucking, that's the truth, they're fucking scary. And this was happening in the 1840s through the 1890s. How many damn fucking years? Too many damn years, and we're still dealing with the same shit. I'm tired. And a lot of people aren't that tired. You know why? Because they're still upholding these structures. Like, when it comes to these big systematic things, small changes are what is going to bring big changes. But when you continue to do the little things that enforce these systematic deviances, then that's only going to make it stronger, because it's just going to keep growing. So I mentioned minstrel shows just a little bit, but I wanted to get into minstrel shows, propaganda against black people that still happens today. Use him, and I know a lot of people use him as an example of like the self-hating black capitalists, but it's really true, and it's really easy, so I'm just gonna use him. And he is Tyler Perry. If you didn't know who I was talking about, I'm talking about Tyler Perry. And his recent movie called Straw with Taraji P. Henson. Basically, the movie is an hour and 45 minutes of despair, sadness, depression. Just fucking, it's disheartening the whole way through. There's no movie magic that just happens and then everything ends up okay, like how we see in other types of movies. It's just sad. It's just sad. It's just, yeah, like that's sadder. It's just sadness, and it just shows one side of reality of the Black life because of systematic discrimination. So while the story is maybe 1% dramatized, the whole story is true, and it is some Black woman's life right now. But the thing is, why do we have to see that every time in Black media, a realistic viewpoint of what some of our lives look like? Because we don't see that with other races or other nationalities. They get the chance to live their happily ever after, live that fantasy world, and that is no problem, because that's what film and media and TV shows were created for escapism. But the Black body and the Black soul is not able to escape, and it fucking sucks. And this is typical. Like I was just saying, it happens in Black films and Black shows all the time. Hell, it even happens to Black characters in other shows where tragedy is the only reality. And this is a form of propaganda because it uses language with the script and then now visual cues to signal to the viewer that Black people equal tragic, beggars, struggle, aggressive, dangerous, worthless. You know, all of those words that people associate Blackness with. And so it just further pushes that. And so when we turn off the screen and we come into real life, the media's portrayal of the Black body is not just left on the screen. It transfers over and it shapes how people see Black people. And most importantly, which I feel like a lot of people miss when they talk about Black films and its effects on society and other people, and Black people involving other people. The main important thing is that it affects how Black people see other Black people and themselves. How can we be a community when we see another Black person and automatically think of all the propaganda that we've been forced to think in our heads about Black people? I feel like that was a wraparound, but I feel like you still get the point of what I just said. You know, how can we create community when we all see each other as the quote-unquote bad Black person? We can't. And within our culture, Black culture, our people have Uncle Toms, and we deal with colorism and fat phobia and otherness that further keeps us divided. Within the Substack that I wrote, that is also linked, and also one of the inspirations that I wrote the script today, is that they don't want Black people to be coming together. Because when we are united, when we are together, that's when real change happens, not only within our own community, but within the whole entire world. Because Black people are powerful. Black person, you are powerful. Know that. If you've never listened to her albums, her music, her lyrics even, like, just pull up one of a transcript and just start reading the lyrics. You're definitely missing out, because it changed my mind, it changed my world, it might change yours too. So throughout her multiple albums and numerous songs, she speaks on issues that affect the world, Black people, honestly all people who live within this world rid with conflict, hate, and unrest. She even has deep messaging in her more popular songs, like I Like That, where she talks about being different from the norm and being a versatile human, and how they accept themselves regardless of who accepts them or not. 'Cause I like that, and I don't really give a fuck if I was just the only one who liked that. Or in her song Tightrope, it's just a tip on the tightrope, tip on it, and I'm so different on it. Where they speak about people shitting on you no matter what you do or what you don't do. So what matters most is to keep on your way. She says, and I'm still tipping on it. See, I'm not walking on it, or trying to run around it. This ain't no acrobatics. You either follow or you leave. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'll keep on blaming the machine. Yeah, I'm talking about it. Stood out to me most is her talking about she's tiptoeing on it. She's not walking on it and she's not running on it. So that made me think, like, what's significance? What's the significance of tiptoeing on something versus walking on it? I definitely know the significance between running on it something or walking through something, but tipping on something. So that made me go to Google and it's like, what are you doing when you're tiptoeing, basically? And it basically, you're doing something, you're like moving with intention. You're tiptoeing, whether it's like to creep and stalk someone, you're tiptoeing, trying to be quiet. The movement that is done is purely intentional. And I was like, yeah. Because walking, that's something that we learn like when we were 1 year old. Walking is just an automatic thing that we do. And then running, I know that one is just complete ignorance. So what she's saying, she's being intentional with the way she moves. She's not just going about it day-to-day routine, and she's definitely not trying to escape it. And so her ability to create with freedom, meaning without caring or needing mainstream validation, is just so inspiring to me. Listening to her music has inspired me so much to say what isn't said and to stand on that. Stand on everything that I do, stand on all of my quirks. They taught me that in everything I do, it matters most to speak and to create my truth and then the truth of the world. It's too underrated. But I understand why she is underrated, because a lot of people don't want to unearth their truth. It's scary, but it is worth it. Millennials and Gen Z, a product of our world and powerful against convenience, consumerism, and conformity. The 3 C's. Millennials and Gen Z are now mainly adults and continuously becoming teenagers and young adults, and we see through corporate bullshit more than any other generation before us. We see straight through it, and we are fed up. The majority of us care about being socially conscious, so much so that it has shifted how society functions. And I feel like we don't fully acknowledge how we've shifted culture within the US, which has then in part helped shift culture around the world. I'm not saying this so that I can like push naivety, like we are the best and we have no problems at all, because that's just not true at all. I'm saying this because this big major thing is proof that we are more powerful than we believe or that we are led to believe. And it just makes sense why so many millennials and so many Gen Zers always say they're so addicted to social media and they can't get off it. Even if they tried, it's a drug that they just can't get enough. And it's really another tool that distracts us from our power, from being able to do something more. Like, oh, I just know the fucking government loves social media so much. That's why they don't put any damn regulations on it. Because why would they regulate something that is keeping people in the dark? They won't. Not unless we literally get rid of it or force regulations on it ourselves. What's happening right now with Meta and Twitter or X Millennials and older Gen Z have changed the workforce and corporate culture, what it means to be a parent, speaking out against all types of abuse, and many more shifts into culture that is really prevalent and really important. I brought up these 3 topics that feel like they're so separate from each other, but actually are more connected than I even thought when I began writing this script. Propaganda is everywhere. The media is everywhere. And it affects Gen Z, and it affects art and culture. And so what we have here with Janelle Monáe, who uses her art to speak while creating these beautiful funky beats, it's just going to show how art and politics do not have to be something separate, because they honestly are not anything separate. They operate together. So while it feels so disheartening right now to create art and it feels like it's not worth it to do the things that you love, I have no philosophical response to that, but it does matter. It does matter to do what you love, because even though it's fucking hard to live, it's hard to get necessities, if we don't create, we'll only always feel alone. And my intention with this video and talking about these random things, which aren't random, so let me stop calling them random. See how I am not affected, how I don't struggle with perfectionism and conformity, but I just do. That's what I want you to do. I want you to do. I want you to do it and create the beautiful shit that you love. So I'm asking you, and then inverse me, to stop consuming, to stop falling in line, to change my subconscious habits that lead down to a path of consuming and convenience and conformity, and away from love and peace and freedom. I asked in the start of this video, will I ever be safe? The answer is ambiguous, because there's no right or wrong answer depending on who you are and what you've gone through. So whatever your answer is, it doesn't make you any less important when it comes to abolishing the 3 C's or the 3 K's. Because the only way to push a boulder is with teamwork and togetherness. We're all different, and there's purpose to that. There's a reason for that. So don't ever forget how important it is to be different. And you don't have to do anything special to be different. You just have to be yourself, respect yourself, and create art. Oh my gosh, like, I can't fucking express this enough. Like, I want to see you create shit. I want to see you create it. Please, please, please. Please create your art. Please create your art and please share it. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm not asking you to be the most knowledgeable person in your field, in your area of artistic creativeness, and it has to sound good, and it has to look good, and it has to be perfect. Honestly, no one really asks for that stuff, you know? It's the social media, it's the media that portrays things as perfect, when all you really need is some video editor and things look perfect. All you need is a perfect angle. Like, look at that shit. Look at that. Look at that. All you need is a perfect angle and everything looks like it's hot and dandy, you know? So please create art. Thank you for watching this video. And create your art. Bye. Go create art. Bye. It's a quill because I'm a writer. Bitch.